We have a proclamation by members Blackman and Chavez.
State of Arizona Legislative Proclamation, Day of Empathy. Whereas the vast majority of more than 42,000 people currently serving sentences in Arizona prisons and jails will transition into communities throughout the state. And whereas helping people with criminal records became productive members of society benefits their families and communities in many ways, including improving safety and preventing and reducing crime. And whereas formerly incarcerated individuals face numerous challenges that include finding work, housing, health care, and transportation, and these challenges may lead to recidivism, health, social, and security concerns. And whereas federal, state, and local leaders have worked to establish a policy that supports individuals who return to their communities after serving time in prison, jail, or under custodial supervision. And whereas Arouet and Dream Corps Justice developed plans and policies to facilitate a better transition for people from incarceration or community supervision back into society by coordinating existing resources, identifying resource gaps, and advocating on behalf of individuals with criminal records. And whereas the National Day of Empathy includes representation from government, education, faith and community-based organizations, and those formerly incarcerated, and is studying the needs of individuals who have been released from correctional institutions, and working to increase the effectiveness of local reentry councils and smart criminal justice policies and/or practices. And whereas the National Day of Empathy serves to connect justice-involved individuals with resources and services important to successful reentry, and decrease stigma by raising public awareness of the issues and challenges faced by formerly incarcerated individuals as they re-enter the community. Therefore, Representative Walter J. Blackman and Representative Cesar Chavez do hereby proclaim February 22nd, 2021 as a day of empathy in Arizona and commend its observance to all citizens. Dated this 22nd day of February 2021, Representative Walter J. Blackman, Legislative District 6, Representative Cesar Chavez, Legislative District 29.
Representative Chavez.
Mr. Speaker, I rise for a point of personal privilege.
Please, sir.
Thank you, sir. I first want to thank Representative Blackman for all of his work and endurance over the last couple of years, and now as the chairman of criminal justice reform. This is very much needed in the state of Arizona. As we've seen in other states and with what little work we have done in Arizona, we've seen that the return of investment on individuals who are formerly incarcerated and have joined into our workforce is much larger than that of continuing to imprison individuals. The state of Arizona really is on a frontier to be able to do great things. And so this obviously comes in hand with great organizations like Arouet, Dream Corps, and everybody out there in the good fight against incarcerating people when it's unnecessary, and of course, providing them with the skills necessary to come out into the workforce. Mr. Blackman.
Mr. Blackman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Permission to explain the proclamation?
Please.
Thank you. Members, I appreciate my colleague for bringing this to me. It's a great start. And let me tell you, these folks are coming back into our communities. They're not going to stay locked up forever. And I know some folks are on the fence about criminal justice reform. But criminal justice reform is doing the hard thing. And sometimes the hard thing makes us a little uncomfortable. But we need to think about our communities by keeping our communities safe. If we make sure that these folks are ready to come out after they have paid their debt to society, two things. One, it's our responsibility to make sure we give them the opportunities to come back and be productive citizens. and then to choose the hard right over the easy wrong. And the easy wrong is just to turn our backs. Arizona's been doing that for a long time. It's time for us to take the point on this in the nation so we can make sure that these folks don't return back into prison and they don't commit further crimes. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much.